Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. Well, I told you last week that I would be going to start doing these sports shows around the Northeast and talk about our area. So Linda and I go there, we set up a booth. And one of the things that blew me away about this sports show was in Boxborough, Massachusetts, right near Boston. And the first morning, after we get our booth all set up, and it's a booth about Messina, and because Messina is the one that sponsors us to be able to do this, to represent our area. So anyway, the first day of the show was on Friday, and it begins at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We had got there Thursday night. We set up the booth. It takes a long time to do that. Want to make it as inviting as we possibly can. So Friday morning, when I got it all set up and everything, and I got to back up. I don't set it up. Linda does. She's 10 times better than I am at that. But anyway, the booth's set up, and I'm outdoors moving the car, and I see this line of people. And I'm thinking, what in the world? And there was a lot of them that brought chairs that they're sitting in. And it was really cold, and they're sitting in chairs outside the building that this whole sports show was a part of. And I'm thinking, is this a veterans group? What is it? There's so many people sitting in chairs. Well, they were sitting in chairs because they came 6 hours early to get in line in the bitter cold. And why did they want to get in line? Well, it wasn't just to see the sports show. It was specific that they knew there was a booth in there selling custom-made swim baits. And I'll tell you more about what swim baits are in another time. But these custom-made lures that were $300 a piece, and people were lining up to go in there and buy these $300 lures. Now, this is the most mind-blowing part of fishing that I can pass on to you. I can't believe it. I can't understand why people think that by paying $300, they're going to get a lure that's going to catch all these fish. Number one, a lure is a lure. It's either made out of wood or soft plastic or hard plastic, or it's tied with hair. And it's made to try to resemble a fish. And it can only do so much. It's got hooks that are attached. It has a certain shape, and you make it swim or do something. And it can, in my mind, a lure can only look so good. And why would you have to pay $300 for a lure? What does it say? Not about the fish, not about the people making it, because what it tells me about the people making them is they're onto something good. But what does it say about us? I just don't get it, and I will never get it. I love having lures. I love my tackle. It's one of my pride and joys of having it. But $300? And then they turn around, from what I've heard, and they immediately put these lures online, and they're selling for as much as 3 times as much. Yes, 3 times as much. I don't know. But I told you I'd pass on the things of interest, and this is one of the most astounding, most interesting things that I've ever encountered in fishing. And how high will the price go? It didn't take long for this person to be sold out, and the rumor was that he left making $100,000. Okay, enough about that. There was a lot of interesting things that came out of this show, a lot of things I want to tell you about, but that was the most astounding. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.